Welcome to CarTorque with Matty J. Another Tuesday night, always more fantastic car-related topics. Joining the studio with Alam. It's been a while.
It has. I'm finally free from university.
Congratulations on finishing up. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. I do have to be back though.
Okay.
I have to defend my thesis against 3 external examiners, and
Can you take a weapon?
I should just use the thesis. It's about 80 pages.
No,
Get it hardbound and just give them a quick whack on the head.
I was going to say, if you get your new exhaust, you can just whack him with the other exhaust. Well, sorry, we don't condone violence on the show.
Especially against people giving you a grade.
Yes.
You always got to sweet talk them.
The other voice you've just heard is Callum. How you going, Callum?
Yeah, I'm okay. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. We've got a few topics tonight, one of which we'll get to a bit later in the show, which is car companies that charge more when they take out parts of like the car. For example, Porsche's like the king of this when they charge you more for like a poverty pack, like a car that's like been stripped out.
It's the track edition, you understand?
But they'll charge you more when it doesn't have anything in it, and the logic behind it is just beyond stupidity. But we'll start today's show with Callum's got some information, like a bit of a story for us. So Callum, hit us.
Oh, it's not much of a story. I went for a job interview. Yep. I didn't get the job, but that's all good. The interview went really well. So I'm feeling good. I'm leaving the interview, get in my car, and there's no movement in the car park that I could discern. So I get in, I start my car, I reverse, and because this is quite a large car park, but you don't want to start turning too early because your swing will hit the cars on either side. Yes. So you got to wait till there's a reasonable amount of room to turn. So I'm waiting for that moment, and then crash. Behind me, I look in my mirror and there's a convertible, and I'm like, oh god. So because it was my first car accident, I wasn't level-headed. I didn't get out the car to take stock of the situation.
Yeah.
I drove back into the parking bay and got out my car, and I'm like, oh my god, you're okay, and all this. But I think that was my first mistake.
So hang on. So let me get this straight. Was the other car just driving through the?
No. He
Was he reversing as well?
Yeah, I should have clarified. He was reversing as well. There was no movement on the sides, so the gentleman was parked in the bay opposite my car.
Now I've had a family member who's been in this situation, and what happens here? So before I get to that, continue your story, and we'll go from there.
Oh, so I feel like I didn't have enough room on either side to start turning my wheel to, turn and straighten up.
Yeah.
So, but then I hit the guy.
Yeah.
So I drove back into my bay, I got out my car, and, I talked to the guy. He wasn't angry about it or anything, but I feel like he also drove forward into his bay.
Okay.
Because I was nowhere near the guy, at least if he was supposed to be parked. But then when I got out my car, because I took maybe 20 seconds, I drove up, I made sure my glasses were safe, I took my keys out.
Yeah.
And then he was getting out of his car. So I guess he did the same thing I did.
Yeah, most likely.
So I assumed it was all my fault at the start. Like when it happened, I was just like, oh my god, because I'm on my green peas, so the onus is on me, I feel, by society in general. The P plates are a sign of vulnerability.
Professional. They stand for a professional.
So yeah, I exchanged details with the gentleman, and I ended up paying him instead of going for insurance.
So you paid him?
Yeah. My insurance is the excess is our insurance is $3,000. So if it's if it's less than $3,000, why pay the excess?
Cool. All right. So now, from a person that's been in this situation, it was a family member of mine. He was at High Point Shopping Centre. And he had his big Ford Ranger at the time with like big ARB bull bars and everything. Anyway, he was reversing, and there was no one there, so he reverses out, and then a lady and a gentleman reverse out as well, and they reverse into each other. Now, they got out of the car and blamed my brother, and I just gave away who it was, but blamed him, and they're like, oh, it's all your fault, it's all your fault, it's all your fault. They're like, we hope you have insurance. So my brother calls up the insurance company, and the insurance company are like, oh, okay, so you both reverse into each other. He's like, yeah. He's like, well, then you're both at fault. It's what's called a go your own way. So you just fix your own car. So when my brother told that to them, they were not happy because they ended up not having insurance. And it was really kind of made sense because it's just like you're both at fault. You just fix your own car. You can go like my brother had a Ranger, so there was like not a scratch on it. The other guy had like a Forester, and it was pretty beat. But in that aspect, I probably would have got a second opinion before paying him out.
I was just freaked out. I just wanted to be over and done with. But yeah, I mean, look, if I'd got out my car when it happened, if I hadn't have, gone and parked and then got out, and I'd seen that he was trying to reverse well after I had started,
Yep.
I would have been like, well, hold on a minute. I feel like you're in the wrong because would you give way to someone if they're reversing? If you're in your car...
If I see him reversing first, then yes.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like I was reversing well before this guy.
So, yeah, then he would more be at fault than you because he reversed after you, but...
That would be a dash cam situation to prove
who went who.
Yeah.
It was just easier for me at the time to just say, let's just settle up because I'm a people eater and I've never been in that situation, so I was freaked out.
Okay. Did he give you a quote first before you paid him, or did you say here?
He was like, just give me $700, just transfer me $700, and we'll call it, we'll just end it there. And so, I was like, oh, I don't have that kind of money. I phoned my mum.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. But it ended up being, I gave him like $850 anyway, which is what he said was the cost of because to put it into context, his bumper was kind of like really damaged.
Okay.
There was not a scratch on my car though, so that's nice. But a friend of ours, Andrew, he something happened to his dad, a bumper situation, and he just has a regular sedan, not a convertible, and that costs $700 to fix up.
Yeah.
So I feel like I wasn't getting ripped off. If it like a fancy car, against an extra $150 to replace a part.
Yeah, I mean, it just would have paid to get the extra opinion. It might have saved you $850 in that aspect, because you technically, I guess you're both at fault, but no one's at fault, but you're both at fault, if that makes sense. So,
yeah.
So and listening to the conversation with the insurance that my brother had, they were like, yeah, well, it's you both reversed into each other. There's not really much you can do. You just fix your own car, and they said it's what's called a go your own way. So, it probably would have paid to have had that first. It might have saved you that money. But having said that, if it's all over and done with, and he doesn't contact you again, then that's awesome. But at the end of the day, if he says, "Oh, you didn't give me that money," or anything, it could turn to something a bit more serious.
I think it'll be fine. But because I got text messages, I texted him, "Let me know when you have the money," and he texted me, "I got it, thanks."
Yeah.
So there's there's communication there, and there's a paper trail.
And
but
electronic transfer funds.
So it's a lesson.
It is.
If you're reversing, make sure people aren't being silly around you.
And also make sure if you get into that situation, don't claim fault.
Never admit. Even if you're clearly at fault, you run the person over. Just say, I don't know. You could just jump down in front of me. I'm sorry for what happened, but it's not my fault. I'm just sorry you feel this way.
This is the guy in a blue WRX. I'm not going to say I never saw it coming. Oh man. No, well, yeah. I mean, lesson learned kind of thing.
Yeah, look.
Is that what we're taking from this, or?
Yeah, because at the time I assumed that I was completely at fault.
Okay.
But then when we visited the area the next day, and I saw just how big the car park is.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't paying attention to things like that when it happened. I was freaked out. I'm an anxious guy. I worry all the time, don't I, Alan?
You do.
When this happened,
we try and keep him calm, but
when this happened, I was just like,
I wasn't there.
Okay.
So I returned the next day and I saw just how big it is. I'm like, there's no way. Like I reversed so far that I hit this guy because I was still waiting to turn.
Yep.
Because I know how to drive. I'm just gonna drive all the way back.
Yeah. I mean, and in that situation as well, you didn't see the condition of his car before, and if you said his car had a lot of damage, and your car didn't have a scratch. I mean, that could have been pre-existing damage, and you could have been just trying to.
There was a loud. I have to say there was a loud noise, but that's not necessarily.
That's just standard.
Yeah, but I could have got completely screwed. I haven't,
Yeah, I mean, like I think you got away with it pretty okay. But
I'm alright. I'm alive.
You're alive. I mean,
that's the most important thing when it comes to these situations.
I've been in a fair few car accidents, and they're never fun. They are probably one of the worst, most shaking up things to happen. But a low speed accident like that's just a good warning sign to be more alert, and not just of yourself, but of everyone else around you. I know I've had a couple of low speed incidents, and I'm just like that's. It's a wake-up call. So, I guess next time you're parking, maybe try reversing. That's why I always.
Yeah.
This is why I always reverse into any car park now, because I refuse to take that risk of reversing out, because because you can't see anybody like behind you.
I wholeheartedly agree with that sentiment because when you are in the actual parking lot driving into the bay, you've got the most control and the most visual around.
Exactly right.
You can see if there's a car behind you, a car in front of you. You're getting yourself into the bay. It may take you a little bit more time, Nathan. As Nathan stated earlier, what if you're not good at reverse parking?
Practice.
Take a bit of practice. Take a bit of time. I generally prefer to do a reverse park because on the way out, it's
easy,
very easy.
You can see, and you're not just like
would have saved me $850.
I'd say it would have.
Yeah,
I'd say it would have, because you would have seen it coming, and if he would have, if he was to hit you from when you were going forward, then he'd be at fault. So, I think that's how that works.
I would have beeped him.
Yeah, or you would have beeped him, and he would have slowed down, or hopefully slowed down, or not panicked and hit the accelerator. But look, we've got to get to our first break of the night. We'll continue this when we get back. We're going to go to a song by American artist Banks, off her latest album called Underdog. She's a really cool, like, kind of odd artist. I'm a big fan of her music, so I'll be playing this right after this. You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. That was Banks with Underdog. Really cool track. Now, during the break, we were having a bit more of a discussion about what was going on. In terms of where you think we're at, I think you kind of got away okay with it.
I probably, because I was so anxious about what happened.
It could be worse.
It definitely could have been worse. I agree with Matt. Like, it definitely could have been worse.
Yeah, I feel like I didn't have the level head needed to assess the situation. I feel like if I had my time again, I would have stopped as soon as it happened, and then seen where am I in relation to, because I have a tiny mirror.
Yeah.
So when I'm reversing, I look in my center mirror, and then I also, check my side mirrors so I know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Because when I was talking to the gentleman, he was trying to console me, and he said, "Look, don't worry, I wasn't in my bay properly." But I didn't process that at the time. I thought he was just trying to calm me down a bit. Yeah. But on reflection, maybe that was an admission that he was slightly in the wrong as well. But I have no way of,
Look, it's what's happened now. I guess for next time we just take it one step at a time. Hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood, that never happens again. But
and this happened on Thursday, correct? Was it Thursday?
Wednesday.
Because it was, I think the next day it was when my car was hit in the parking lot at RMIT. And I thought this is surprising for me because first of all, they left a note, which I was actually very happy with. Thank you for leaving the note.
That usually never happens.
It's a nice human being there that she admitted to fault and just said I hit your car. But I was actually rather confused as to what I was going to do about it because I guess I've never been in that situation before. I've been in an accident where I was in the truck with my dad and we got rear-ended. And it was rather funny because my dad thought he dropped the clutch and stalled the truck. And he was like, "What's going on?" I said, "We've been hit. Pull over." And that's when he actually realized what had gone down. And I was, fully responsible for that. I took all the photos, got the guy's license, called the insurance, and handled everything. And
that's a big thing. Always, for listeners at home, take photos. I'm pretty sure you have a phone that's capable of taking photos. Even the old brick one, well, not the old bricks, but like semi-bricks are have photo capabilities. Take photos of your car, their car, the scene, everything. So in case they try to claim for more, you've hit my bumper, and now I need a whole new engine. But yeah,
and the photos definitely helped because I believe there was another incident with my dad. So I wasn't actually present. He ended up clipping the bumper of a Commodore, and it had had a HSV bumper on it. I don't think it was a HSV Commodore. It just had the bumper, and the bumper was itself also like a. The car was silver, the bumper was red, but painted silver over.
Okay.
And it was very good that my dad ended up taking the photos of it because we wanted to initially do it without going through the insurance, and they told us that we needed to pay them $2,800 for the HSC bumper.
Yeah, it's probably like a fake aftermarket one.
And we decided, that's okay, we'll just go through insurance. And I'm pretty sure the insurance gave them a real hard time, considering that bumper itself was from a different car.
Yeah.
It wasn't, a clean bumper.
Yeah.
So they said they probably offered them maybe half the money, if that, for just maybe cleaning up the bumper.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a piece, I shouldn't say that. If you've got a piece of crap bumper, on your vehicle in the first place, I think you can only expect something equivalent in replacement.
I agree.
You can't expect somebody to replace, your old Corolla 86 Corolla with a brand new Mercedes, as much as you try.
Oh my! I've had this car since 1902, and
it's got sentimental value. It's got $150,000 worth of sentimental value. Shane Warne was conceived in the backseat.
I'm quite lucky in that my car had little to no damage at all. At all. Which I said to my mum when it happened, how can my car come out completely unscathed and someone's bumper be hanging off?
It's also where it hit as well. Some parts of the car can be, like if on an angle can be a lot harder to...
Like a weak spot?
Yeah, like a weak spot, or like, I know with bumpers especially, you can hit a bumper on one spot and it'll be fine. You hit another bumper and it'll just crumple like crap. So every car's different. Every car's got their own thing. So
well, the Kia Rio holds up okay.
the Kia Rio, what year is it? Yours is 2015. Yeah, it's not that old. Yeah.
I thought you guys had a Serato.
Another CarTorque top tip. Another CarTorque top tip. Actually, no, CarTorque consumer advice, which we never give on the show. Buy a Kia Rio.
They hold up okay.
They hold up okay. We should make that into a T-shirt. Buy a Kia Rio. They hold up okay. Just a picture of Callum, just like with two thumbs up.
Next to like another car that's been like crashed up.
They hold up okay. We're making that. We're making that T-shirt.
That'll be hilarious.
James, write that down. We're making that T-shirt. Write that down.
Or you could just have a guy freaking out next to a Kia Rio that's in perfect condition. Like,
they hold up okay. Oh man. You have to have a laugh. If you don't laugh, you get bored and you don't enjoy things. But I think that's enough accident talk. If I don't say so myself.
Yeah, I definitely go. We've run the topic through.
But yeah, piece of advice: take photos. I think that's probably one of the best things you can do. And you know what I'd like to say? Actually, we'll move on to this topic. Dash cams. I recommend getting one.
I would agree with that.
Just because of this situation or any situation that could happen. I mean, that was on the back of your car, but you can get dash cams that got front and rear access, like the one my brother bought. And it's and they work really good. And it's for stuff like that when you can say, "Holy crap! Okay, I'm not too sure. I'll give it to my insurance company, and they can deal with it." It'd come in handy, and they're pretty affordable these days.
Yeah, you can get one for around $100.
Yeah.
If you want better quality, obviously the prices go up from there. But a reasonable one just to get you going is somewhere around $100 isn't bad.
Yeah. And I still have at my place of work, and they are pretty popular. I mean, you can get them in all states, like all states of configuration, I guess, and spec. So they can get like a really crappy camera, or you get some like really like 4K, proper, video quality.
Comes with its own little portable hard drive to record the data because it's so large.
But they're pretty cool. I mean, like they overwrite themselves automatically.
Yeah.
So
you just got to click the little button to make sure.
Yeah.
In the event of something going on that you want recorded.
So and like a lot of them got G-Shock as well. So like if your car gets like a knock sensor, so if your car gets knocked, it'll trigger
cool.
and so, it'll switch on and be like, okay, I'm capturing what's happening now. And some have sensors, so when you walk past them or if something goes past, it'll come on and use it, which are, I think are really really cool features.
Yeah, that's actually a lot more useful than the you got to hit a button to record, because in certain situations, if you're in shock from the accident, you won't remember to actually press the button to make sure it records.
Exactly right.
And the dash cam in that situation is pretty much useless to you.
I mean, we all love dash cam videos. I mean,
we do.
Russia's dash cam videos are the freaking best. James in the studio pissing himself laughing at them.
That's when the people jump in front of the cars, right?
Yeah, just no, I've got the jiggly legs and the shingles. But
I feel
the funny stuff.
The dash cam owners Australia page, which does exclusively Australian dash cams, they've got the character that you really want. I mean, I enjoy Russian and even Chinese dash cams, but when you've got these certain Australian language being used,
oh, you bloody
words that start with C and others, F's and they're very colourful.
They are very colourful. But like you just see some. But I was watching a video the other day that was posted onto there. I think it was on today or some other thing on Facebook. And it was like a guy in a Ford Ranger, and he fallen asleep at the wheel, so you can just see him dart off, and he was just like, it's just on the freeway and like just hitting sign, and just kept going.
How can you fall asleep? Oh, stay asleep after you've hit something? That's very interesting.
I'll try to try to find the video, and I'll try to put it to our page. It was, I was like, what the hell, like, and like lucky someone captured this on camera, but lucky. Even more lucky he didn't kill anybody. He didn't kill himself. So, I mean, I guess the message out of all this like first half of the show is stay alert and if you're
Be safe on the
be
road.
safe on the roads, really, because it's a accidents, small or large, can be quite scary. So
Especially when we're coming into the Christmas season, people tend to travel more, be on the road more, road fatigue.
definitely,
It's nothing's worth your life really, except your life. So
yeah.
just,
I mean, if you're going to be there 5 minutes later, it's whatever. Like, I don't rush anywhere anymore. Like, I used to like try fly to work and stuff, but like I'm like, you know what? It's not worth my life. I'm not going to really risk it. What the hell's the point? So
yeah.
as long as I get there safe and everyone else gets there safe, I'm a happy person. But like I drove past. I actually went past my place of work last week, and just during the week, and went to pick up something. And it was like severe, like massive accident, like right near there, and the road was blocked off. Usually, when they block off a road, it's a fatality.
Yeah.
And I saw, because I had to go around the other way to get there, and I could see like just it was a carnage. It was terrible. I'm like, this is, it's such a waste of a life. And like cars are pretty much as safe as they're going to ever get at the moment. I think most engineers have said that, but in terms of human error. And everything else, it's still a major factor.
I saw a headline about Tesla and something about insurance and how it's going to change the insurance game. Something like insure my Tesla.
Okay, how does that work?
I guess it's an insurance company run by Tesla. I have no idea. But there was a headline that if trends continue, Tesla's really going to shake up the insurance game. Because their cars are so safe, I think they're coming out with their own type of insurance. I'm not sure. It was just a headline. But when you were talking about insurance and the safety of cars, I thought, well, Tesla had something to do with that recently.
Okay. So I'm looking at it now. It says, sorry, go.
I was just going to say another big note on insurance is self-driving cars. When they have accidents, who's at fault?
Who's at fault? Do you blame the company? Do you blame... This is a whole
They'll
other
never
kettle
buy
of fish.
that.
Yeah.
They'll never,
Oh, you should have been watching and paying attention. But how can I be if the car drives itself? Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Insure My Tesla. It's actually from Tesla. Insure My Tesla Insurance is a comprehensive motor insurance program for Tesla owners and their vehicles. Insure My Tesla is available to any Tesla owner and covers the accidental loss or damage to your insured vehicle. Benefits include new vehicle replacement of same model and series applicable to new and demo vehicles if vehicle is less than 36 months from first registration. That's pretty good. Usually it's only 1 year for like most new cars. Coverage for damage incurred to the Tesla home wall connector. Standard access applies. Choice of authorized Tesla repairer and easy to understand pricing for improved total cost of ownership. So, and that's from Tesla themselves, which is pretty cool. They must be really backing their product if that's the case.
I love Teslas, man.
Yeah,
We've
I know you
talked
do.
about
We've
it
talked about this on
before.
the show. Yeah. So, do you think they're the way of the future?
No, because I heard that they've tried LCD dashes before and people don't like them. So, no, I guess. But they're my future. I love the LCD dashes. I'm down.
But in terms of like
the entire car,
like electric cars like Teslas, do you reckon that's where it's at?
I think we're going to be forced into it. I don't think it's a case of is it the future. It's more like when.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
We are going to run out of oil.
I'm a hippie, man. Like I vote green and everything. Like we can't keep using oil, especially for petrol.
Yeah.
Especially if we're not even using in Australia. We're not that great with renewables anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that eventually, might not be tomorrow. Could be 100, 150 years. It's going to slowly be phased out for electric cars because it's not oil doesn't.
It'll be in the next. I'd be saying in the next 30 because we're running out of oil in the next 30.
Yeah, it doesn't grow back.
Something replace. Well, I'm voting on ethanol. I'd like
yeah.
to have ethanol as my replacement.
We had this chat before.
We did because I'm partial to the damn combustion engine and its sound. Can't replace that with an electric.
High five.
High five. Yeah.
That's a show high five.
Oil doesnn't grow back. I think
Ethanol does.
Ethanol does.
Oh well, there you go.
You can power the cars with ethanol.
Oh man. So this is where we're at.
He says as he uses coal-powered electricity.
Oh jeez. Well, look, we've got to get to our next topic of the night. Now, car companies that charge more in cars that they offer you less with. And as I previously said, Porsche are the king of this, like with their like stripped out poverty pack versions, which are like they have nothing. They're pretty much just a race car. They'll charge you more to not have a stereo, to not have aircon, to not have all your luxury features. Isn't it just odd? I mean, like what is the logic behind it? Shouldn't the car be cheaper?
I've thought about it hard, and this is the logic behind it. So they build a car, yeah?
Yeah.
They build a car as it's supposed to be full spec, and then they proceed to take things out physically. So they build a car completely, and then they have to spend labour on actually removing parts.
But you think that if
that's the only way they can justify the price.
Yeah, that's not they could justify the price. But do you honestly think that? Do you honestly think that they're going to make the car have it in there? Like, okay, this guy doesn't want this. We'll just take it all out. You're going to make the car just without it. So
doesn't I just assumed that they made the base model, and then all the accessories were added on after.
It depends on the car as well. Going down the line, like if you buy for example, if you were to buy, I'll use Ford for example, like a titanium, it's going to come from the off the line with spec'd out. If you're going to buy a base model TX or whatever it was, it's going to have from the factory base model equipment in there. You can up spec bits and pieces, but you're never going to be that full model. In terms of this though, it's weird. Toyota in Japan, they offer an 86. Like a stripper version, there's nothing in it. Like it's empty. It even comes with steel wheels. It doesn't even have body colored bumpers because it's just they're anticipating people are going to modify the car. So the car's like way cheaper than it normally would be.
And that's
that's like the best way to do it, right?
Yeah. Don't charge people, especially when you think about it both ways. Is if they're selling the car cheaper, which they're not spending as much making it. They're not spending as much on the bumpers, everything else, the labour of actually building the car.
Yeah.
So they should pass those savings on to the consumer.
Trickle down doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Doesn't matter how much money a company saves.
I mean, if you
fine, well, even if we accept that they don't want to pass the savings on to you, how are they charging you extra? How are they charging you extra though?
They can.
Because Porsche and because they can. I mean, it's you're buying like a badge in terms with Porsche, you're buying that exclusivity. But having said that,
or is it just they know that you're going to track the car, and so you're probably more likely to be back for warranty repairs. So they want to charge you for that extra possibility of warranty repairs.
I mean,
I have a quick question.
Yo,
do we have right-hand drive cars?
Yes.
Do they cost more than left-hand drive cars? I'm talking about base models. Would they cost more?
No, I don't think so. It's all in the R&D beforehand, to make sure the car works for both sides.
Yeah, only in situations where the car isn't available
yeah. So then you have to make it all converted.
That was such an out of left field question. So
no, it's okay.
The only reason I don't regret living in a country where we do have right-hand drive cars is we share that with Japan as well.
We do. Yeah, we get all the good JDM stuff.
We do for quite the price, but what can you do?
Yeah. Well, at least we're not paying stupid amounts of money like America is for them. So,
but you look on to New Zealand and you see, they're paying so much less. You get the GTR there for probably close to about that 60 mark, because you don't have to pay the taxes and stuff.
I mean, it depends on what GTR you get though. Like you can get if you were to get an NUR spec or a V spec or anything, it's anything decent GTR. Like for example, if you want a 34 GTR, yeah. You can get just a standard 34 GTR here for 60 grand. That's not a V spec. That's nothing. You go up to the next specs and you're looking at 80 to 100 to 150.
Yeah. But that same GTR that would cost say 60 in New Zealand would cost somewhere 70 here.
About that, yeah.
Because of just the extra, and we don't even manufacture cars anymore.
Yeah, it is sad, isn't it?
So. It doesn't make any sense. Who are we protecting at this point? Who are we protecting against? Who's going to sell me anything close to an R34 GTR here in Australia? Nissan, all right, they're going to sell me, the R35. I don't want the R35,
okay.
And they're pretty damn expensive in Australia anyway. So they're not the most expensive, super cool. Would you call it super?
It is a
poor man's
supercar. It is a super. No, I wouldn't call it a poor man. It's dude. If you're getting a Nismo or something, they're very expensive.
Yeah, that's true. But. There's nothing being offered, I feel, in the current market that's equivalent to, say, just an R34. So why are we being restricted so much in purchasing them? In terms of the added costs.
I think it's also the like the Fast and Furious tax comes. No, you have to admit though, it comes so much into it. Like everyone like no one heard of it like a skull, like especially like people in other countries.
We played Gran Turismo, but
well, we played Gran Turismo, but like people that didn't, they're like, holy crap, it's like it's the Brian O'Connor car, and then they'll just keep forking out money.
One reason I do hate those movies.
I mean,
making those cars expensive.
I mean, if you look at AE86, they're because of the tofu tax, they're worth a crap load of money, and and like I wouldn't pay the money for them because like for like a crappy one, people are charging like 20 to 30 grand.
Yeah,
and I'm just like this car's from like 1985. It's pretty beat, and you still like, oh, I know what it's worth. So I hate those people that do that.
Even Type R Integras.
Yeah,
they reach somewhere around what $20,000 for. I've seen some
DC with DC2s or DC5s.
The one that looks nice. That's all.
They both do.
But like looking at Type R Integras on car sales, people want $20,000 for a car that's not worth $20,000. And you just want to slap them around, but it is what it is.
But you see that car in the States is worth, like a DC2 in the States is worth a lot of money, like huge amounts of money, because they're all stolen and stripped and wrecked, and they're worth like massive amounts of money because they don't exist anymore. But look, we'll continue this chat right after this. We're going to go to another break. We're going to go to a song by All Day, and the song's called You Always Need a DJ. He's an Australian artist, Australian rapper. We'll be right back after this. Be back on CarTorque with Matty J. Now, we were talking just before the break about crazy pricing and car companies charging ridiculous amounts of money for to give you a stripper version of the actual car, which is kind of just moronic, to be honest with you. And the only way we can justify them doing that is like what you said before,
with the extra warranty claims that people that obviously have the stripped out versions and do tracking with them would probably ask for, which I don't know. Maybe I would feel more comfortable with just a contractual agreement when you're selling the stripped out car, where you're told, for example, when you buy any kind of consumer car, they make sure you know that if you use your car for any kind of stunting, racing, performance kind of activity, your warranty is not valid. And
some companies do. Besides some car companies, they say, yeah, take it to a track day. If you crash it, it's if especially in insurance companies are like, you crash it, we're not covering it. But the car companies will be like, yeah, for example, we've made this specific model to be able to do track days. So, but you got to be careful which ones do.
Yeah.
Because I know Ford's in a massive lawsuit in the States, apparently. Yeah. The GT350, the 5.2 litre flat plane crank Mustang. Okay, there's two versions of that car. There's the GT350 and the GT350R. Now the R they reckon it's fine for track because it's got the extra cooling and stuff, but the GT350 doesn't. So people with GT350s are taken to the track and they're overheating them and damaging them. And they say, well, you said it's a track day. Like, no, we said the R is the track day car, I believe. So you got to be sure which one you specify.
That's kind of fair enough, though. You have to know what you're buying.
Yeah, but as long as Ford made it clear.
I believe that's what the issue is. I'm not too sure. I did hear it on some discussion page, but that is what's going on with them at the moment. And I think car companies are, if you're going to make a track day special, you're going to have to say, okay, we warrant this car to go on track days. More you see more and more companies that are doing that now, I guess, with their cars. Like I know the Focus RS is a car that they say, you can take to the track because it's made for it. Minus the head gasket issues which are coming through. I don't know if you heard about them.
No, I haven't actually.
Yeah, apparently like the early batch have got a failure, and it's quite common. So, but the second batch is okay. I'm not too sure if that's legit yet. I know some have. I've seen some videos on YouTube. I still love it regardless. It's a Focus RS.
Yeah, it's a very lovable car. It's just.
It's hard to hate. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you still feel disappointed for it. Like you're charging what $50,000 for this car.
It's $50,000 hatch. Yeah.
You gotta do better. That being said, they are pushing a lot of power out of that engine.
And Mighty Karma's just got one.
Who?
Mighty Karma's just got one.
Do they?
Yes.
You mean your personal friend? Mighty Karma? I'm only joking.
We're not there yet, Callum.
I'm only joking.
I saw the
Step one, get him on the show. Step two, become personal friends. No. They got one actually, and they built their own one in Germany.
Oh.
And it was really cool. They showed a video. They released a video yesterday. It was called "It's Finally Here." And when they're in Germany,
So that's what that video was. I felt it was too clickbaity to click on. But no, I was just busy. I didn't get the chance to click on that video. I thought it was some kind of part that was arriving.
Yeah.
But no, it was the Focus RS.
It was the Focus RS. It was really funny because like in Germany when they were making the car, when like the engineers were like turning around, they put like this chopped sticker on the inside of the bumper. And when they came here, Marty's like, I have to see if it's our car. So like they put like one of those like those like cameras through the fender, and sure enough, you could see the chopped fingers there. He's like, it's our car, it's our car. So like that's pretty damn cool. They saw it getting made in Germany and here. So
what colour do they get it in?
black. They got black. I've only seen one black RS. I've seen a lot of blues. Seen a couple whites. I've seen a few in the gunmetal grey.
Mm. So I feel like I'd want it in blue because everyone has it in blue.
That's the halo colour though.
Yes. Oh well, I don't think I'm going to be purchasing one in the near future at least. And
with my latest what was I going to say? My new house acquisition, I'm never going to be able to afford one for another like 30 years. I'll get one day. But yeah, look, I think it's time for the quiz. Now, it's a Holden-based one
a Holden-based quiz
because of last week on Friday it closed, and I mean you'll be able to get some of these, surely.
I don't think I will.
I think you will.
I'll blame Callum if anything goes wrong.
Callum, you can help me.
It's a joint effort. That's right.
It's a joint effort. So I'm actually playing for Callum's score today.
All right, sounds.
Unless I do better than 8, then I'm playing for mine.
Can I use Google?
No, unfortunately, I'm sorry. All right, is the CarTorque car quiz. There we go. Question 1. True or false? The VL Commodore only featured straight 6 engines.
False.
That's correct. They had V8s as well. Question 2. True or false? There were 2 versions of the Group A VL during its lifespan.
True.
It was true. The HDT and HSV. Question 3. The VE Commodore was a full ground up. The VE Commodore was a full ground up different car than anything they had previously made before. How much did they develop? How much did they spend developing it? It was pretty widespread. It was like, whoa, my god, I've spent this much money on a car.
$10 million.
You're kidding, right?
Well, I had to come up with something.
$1 billion.
That's so stupid.
They called it the $1 billion baby.
Is that like the most advanced? Is that the most advanced car ever designed?
Well, for them it was at the time.
How are you expected to make a profit if you spend $1 billion in just a damn development?
You tell me. I mean, it was a development of a platform that went to a lot of cars as well.
And because it was the VE Commodore where they actually got the platform for the new Camaros from?
That's correct, yes.
Okay. Well, then it's acceptable. Marginally.
I've never. If a car company made a car for $10 million, like design and, I mean, that'd be a fair effort.
I think it's pretty doable.
Yeah, design a wheel nut for $10 million.
Tell you what, fine, Australian government, you're willing to give out, donations to these car companies. Give me $10 million and some people, and I'll design a car. I'll design a car that's manufactured in Australia, nicely fuel efficient.
Malcolm Turnbull, are you listening?
Yeah, just we'll work it out, and what is it? 1% of the budget of the VE Commodore. Innovation Australia.
Next week, special guest Malcolm Turnbull coming on the show. Question 4: the first LS series engine Holden used was the what?
The LS1.
It was the LS1. Well, I don't know Holden. I've got 3 out of 4 questions right. Question 5: in which model? In which model did the LS1 first appear in?
I'd like to say the LS1. The VY Commodore?
Oh, you're close. VT Series 2.
Oh, no.
Question 6. True or false? The Falcon offered IRS before the Commodore.
False.
It is false. The Commodore offered IRS first. Question 7. The original Monaro came out on which model? Or if you could give me the model code, I'll be happy with that. It's H something.
HQ.
Nah, HK.
Damn it. Callum, you're letting me down.
Look, the only one I know is HSP.
A little snack pack. Question 8. The latest Gen VF Commodore SS was sold as in the US as the what? So the latest Gen VF Commodore was sold in the US. Commodore SS was sold as the what in the US?
Damn it. You should know this. Did they just sell it as a Chevy SS?
It was a Chevy SS. Well,
Because I feel they didn't actually have the name for it.
it was just called the Chevy SS there. Because they only offered it in the one spec, yeah.
No one buys the V6 there.
V6, get out of here, mate.
So this is going on my score, right?
If it's more than 8, it's mine.
Well, it's not, I'm going to tell you now, it's not going to be more than 8.
That's true, I just saw this 3 wrong.
Question 9. The Holden Apollo was based on what car?
The Toyota Camry.
It was. And question 10. I asked this question before on a different show, but I'll ask it again. The original GDSR Commodore was only available in one colour. What was it?
Canary yellow.
It was canary. It was like a piss yellow, but yeah, I'll pay that.
I'll take it.
So 7 out of 10, mate. Not too bad.
Good one, Callum.
Thank you very much.
Calvin's going to take that score.
Callum's going to take that 7 out of 10.
Thank you, Alan.
We're going to go to another break. We'll be right back after this.
I am surprised.
You're back on CarTorque with Matty J. We are out of time for today's show. Thanks for coming on, guys.
It's always a pleasure. I'm glad to be back.
Thank you for having me.
That was more than you guys are more than welcome to come on anytime you like. Now, for this weekend, me and James will be at, and Reese K will be there as well. We're going to the Mighty Car Mods Nationals at Winton this Sunday. So if you guys come down, it's a big event for car enthusiasts all in the community here and Victoria. Come down. It should be a really, really awesome day. Tickets are $20. Just for general entry. If you want to take your car on the track, I think it's about $140. And after racing on Winton, I think it's a whole bunch of fun. I'm not going to be putting my car on the track, but I'll be there anyway. You get to mingle and it'll be like giveaways and like buy MCM merch. So get out there, get to Winton this Sunday. It starts at 10 o'clock, I think. I'm not too sure off the top of my head. It should be on their page. All the information's on there on mightycommerce.com. So get there. I'm going to be there. If you see me, say hi. But 99.9% of you don't know who the hell I am, so it doesn't really matter.
We'll get you a shirt that says "I'm Matt from CarTorque."
I'm going to hopefully have my stickers done by this week, so I can blast them all over my car, which would be pretty cool. And if you want a sticker, let me know on the Facebook page, CarTorque with Matty J. That's TORQUE, and I'll hopefully send you out one because I'm going to give a few away before I start charging for them because they are quite expensive to make. But thanks for listening to the show. We'll be back next week at 7 p.m. If you have missed or want to catch up on any of our other episodes, jump onto our Facebook page, as I previously mentioned, CarTorque with Matty J. We have the link to our Shout Engine page, which houses all our previous episodes. We are also on iTunes, so if you guys are like Apple fanboys, iTunes, you can look us up there. But please, if you're on iTunes, subscribe, rate, and review, so we can get higher on the iTunes rankings. So we can push the show further. I mean, we are getting really well noticed. According to like the analytics of the show, it's getting a lot more widespread on the internet, which is really, really cool. And so I'm just want to thank all you guys for listening to my show, because without you guys, I wouldn't really be doing this every week. So thank you. Also follow our Instagram page. It's MattyJ_CarTorque podcast. I'm always uploading car related things on there. But that's pretty much it for us here at CarTorque tonight. Stay tuned. We've got other great shows on this channel. With Dr. Rock, especially on a Monday night for your pleasure at 6 p.m. and his show, the Thursday Waffle, with his good mate Fitzy, who's a bit unwell at the moment, but get well. So we are thinking of you. But we'll see you guys next week. And James with Me and Best Movies is always before me at 6 p.m. on Tuesday night, and I'll be on at 7. So thank you guys.
Oh, thank you for having me.
No worries at all. And we're going to ride out tonight on a bit of a classic song. Do you guys remember Inaya Day from like the early 2000s?
I didn't listen to the radio until I was 18.
Well, there you go. Okay. This is the one. I Am the One you've been searching for. It's not called I Am the One, but you guys might know it. It's a pretty cool song. So until next time, take it easy.
This is professional radio, gentlemen.
And it's front-wheel drive.
Scotty, have you got anyone you want to thank?
Just myself.
And now we do the after hours. Dun, dun, dun.
Gentlemen, what would you go for?
Tastiest end there.
Okay, and because it's not a supercar.
But it is.
It's not.
Automotive perfection comes in the form of two letters, A and U.
Long live my LTD!